This is it. Tesla is pretty much ready to start deliveries to the first customers of the Model Y. Long-awaited Model Y, though. I gotta tell you, it's only been a year since the original unveiling. This is the fastest Tesla brought a car to market after the unveiling. Though I gotta say, they're about half a year early. That's right, early. They promised this car in fall of this year. They're doing it in just 2 or 3 weeks. They're now contacting the first reservation holders to finish the configurations and really start arranging the payment. So it's pretty much here. We know the exact date when the first deliveries are going to happen. Back last year at the unveiling, the next day, Model Y wasn't. Model Y was the third most talked thing about the Model Y unveiling. The other two being, of course, Elon's shoes and this image. Remember this image? And now that we know what the Cybertruck looks like, and we look at this and we go like, "Oh my God, come on! How are we supposed to know that this is gonna translate?" Anyway, so we talked about those things, but really, Model Y was the main event. And by the way, if you want to follow me as I travel around the country and really the world, and check out these events and unveilings, don't forget to click on the subscribe button and of course the bell notification icon so you don't miss anything, including the daily electric car news that are getting really exciting this year. All right, so now I was there and there were a lot of obviously Tesla influencers and fans, and here's what some of them had to say. This is Kim from Like Tesla.
I definitely think that it is a car that needed to be made. I think it fills a gap in the marketplace. It is a lot like the Model 3. It is basically a slightly bigger version of the Model 3.
Yes, she is right. This was kind of the impression of everyone saying like, all right, this is going to look like a Model 3 and it's just going to be a little bit more, pregnant. Here's what Gally had to say of Hyperchange TV.
Really excited to see Tesla enter the CUV segment, the largest segment in the auto industry. 3.6 million CUVs sold in the US each year, growing 13%. So hugely opens up Tesla's addressable market. So I think that's super exciting. On the flip side, we kind of knew all the specs because Elon hinted them on Twitter and we didn't get a one more thing. So maybe as a fanboy, I'm disappointed, but as like an analyst covering the company, I think this is an exciting step forward.
Right, and he's also right because if people were disappointed, I'm not really sure what they were expecting, but the specs and the car itself is essentially something that, and this is, Elon said it many times, and I think everybody agrees that this is going to be the best-selling car in Tesla's history, probably for many years to come, and I believe it as well. But as you can see, people just weren't like overwhelmed with this, like they were obviously with a semi-truck unveiling, which turned into the Roadster unveiling, which, by the way, Roadster still doesn't even have a delivery or production date, right? And it was unveiled way before the Model Y. So this baby just like got fast-tracked, and I don't think anyone's complaining. All right, but let's talk about the specs, because they did get updated and changed since the unveiling. Before that, of course, a quick reminder that this video and this channel is sponsored by Byton. Check out their all-electric SUV coming to the US and Europe next year. Don't forget to make your reservation. It is absolutely free. It takes about a minute of your time. So join myself and tens of thousands of other people who are already on the list. I personally cannot wait to see this car in my driveway and to actually drive it every day. All right, so let's talk about the specs here. We are talking about, well, first of all, deliveries. It looks like the first deliveries are going to happen on March 15th, which is what, about less than 3 weeks away. The original spec was around 300 miles. They're actually getting the EPA rating of 315 miles, which is, again, under promising, over delivering. Everybody loves that. Let's remember that also Model Y and Model 3 share 75% of parts, so they probably won't have the production hell that they had with the Model 3. They took their time to make sure that their lines are all set up correctly. They've combined the Model S and Model X lines. And also Shanghai factory, obviously from the very beginning, since they knew this is happening, is probably already making the preparations for at some point to be making the Model Y. Now, another question, of course, is that, are those prototypes that we've seen spy shots, people seeing the Model Y out in the wild. Are there employees driving this? Because with Model 3, remember the first employees got a chance to buy those cars, and then the general public. I don't know. Nobody really knows if that's what's happening. If those prototypes that we're seeing, are they really prototypes and they're testing it, or these are one of the few employees who are driving them around. So far, no one's seen a private license plate on a Model Y, so I'm gonna assume no, at least for now. Now I got to ride in this car, and this is the footage from that at the unveiling, and I got pretty much the same impression that Kim and Gally and a lot of other people did. Is basically, listen, it looks like I'm in a Model 3, except for I got a little bit more headroom, and there is a third row on the back. It's definitely kind of tight, as you can see. The camera is settling in there, but look, it's pretty much your Model 3 interior, and that's what people get. People love Model 3. Like at that time, we weren't 100% sure, but now we know people absolutely love Model 3. They will absolutely love Model Y, and because it is a compact SUV, I believe people will go crazy for this car. And those people who were, who liked Model 3 but didn't really get it because they needed a lot of trunk space, and this one's obviously a hatchback. This is definitely their car, and it's kind of weird because Tesla is not really revealing how many reservations they have for the Model Y. They're not really sure why they wouldn't want to brag, but I'm pretty sure it's a definitely a decent number, and as it should be. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing the first customers posting the videos and pictures and their impressions, seeing it out in the wild. I actually seen it obviously at the unveiling in a couple of times around the Bay Area, and listen, this is yet another level of Tesla and electric cars that I think we're going to experience this next year, because Model Y is coming to to production and really to delivery. So let me know if you are one of the reservation holders. I'll be interested to pick your brain and just see how your experience has been in your first week of ownership. Other than that, see you guys next time, and remember to stay charged.